Hi, this is Lauren. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about something I think many of us may relate to learning English for years in school and still not being able to really use it. Well, like many people, I started learning English very early, in third grade. But from there, it never stopped. Middle school, high school, university, even postgraduate studies. I did everything I was told to. Memorized vocabulary lists, took endless grammar drills, read strange artificial text that no native speaker would ever say out loud. At school, I wasn't learning to communicate. I was learning to pass exams. Although it's easy for me to get A, but I still didn't really get it or enjoy it. I told myself maybe this is what learning means, but later I realized it wasn't my fault. It was the system, the method, the materials. It's because I was using the wrong approach. I didn't really actually become confident in using English, speaking, thinking, expressing until I stepped out of that system. So, what changed? In this video, I want to share the 3 big lessons that helped me finally make English a part of my life, not just a subject I studied. So, if you've ever felt stuck or frustrated with your English journey, this one is for you. Lesson 1 is learn from what you love. Well, at school, the listening material were always English news like BBC, VOA, CNN. Well, it was boring, hard to follow, and full of formal words and no emotion. And I completely didn't understand the background of the events reported in the news. I always thought, is it just me? Why can't I understand all of it? So when I left school, I stopped watching English news. Instead, I started watching something I truly loved, TV series or movies. Well, my favorite is Desperate Housewives. Yes, that dramatic, emotional, chaotic show. And surprisingly, it became my best teacher. Here's what I did. I watched the same episodes again and again. I mimicked the lines. I shadowed the dialogue, copying the emotion and the tone. I absorbed the real rhythm of speech. And suddenly, all the words I thought I knew came alive. I began to feel how flexible English is, how a single word can carry so many shades of meanings depending on the context. And that's what I learned. One of the biggest truths, interest is the best teacher. If you're not enjoying what you're learning, your brain just won't engage. It doesn't matter how advanced or recommended the material is. If it doesn't spark your interest, it won't stick. So don't feel guilty for skipping news or podcasts that bore you. Start with what you genuinely love, whether it's a reality show, food vlogs, or movies. If you love it, it will teach you. It will lead you. Your brain is smart. It will start picking things up like a child does. Lesson 2 is don't memorize words, understand them. Well, for years, I made the same mistakes. I treated vocabulary like a checklist. For example, memorize 10 words and 1 meaning each. Done. That's all. That's it. But real English isn't that simple. Well, take the word break, for example. In school, I learned a lot. Break 打破, break 打破. But in real life, like take a break, break the news, break someone's heart, break into a conversation, or break even. See, that's 5 completely different meanings and feelings. So here's what I do. I always learn words in full sentences. I look it up on AI or dictionary like Longman or Cambridge. And most importantly, I make my own sentences using that word. If I can't use the word naturally, I don't really know it yet. And lesson 3 is output is where fluency begins. Here's the most important shift I made. I stopped thinking of English as something I need to store. I started thinking of it as something I need to use. You don't become fluent by just watching or reading. You become fluent by doing, speaking, writing, reacting, expressing. Let me give you 3 specific methods that helped me. Well, number 1 is shadowing your favorite shows. Or pick 30 seconds of a show like Desperate Housewives. Well, listen, pause, repeat the lines exactly. Exactly. Emotion, tone, pronunciation. It's like the gem for your brain and mouth. Well, daily repetition makes a huge difference. And number 2 is journaling out loud. Pick a topic like my day or my dream trip, while speak freely for 1 or 2 minutes and record yourself. Then listen back. Notice what worked and what didn't. That helps you build fluency and self-awareness at the same time. Number 3 is talk to ChatGPT. Well, seriously. Honestly, ChatGPT has been the best speaking partner I've found. She's there 24 hours and 7 days, never tired, and she talks about anything you want. There's no pressure, no fears of being judged, and tons of learning. This is exactly what I do, even now. While even recording this video is part of my output routine. So, if you've been learning English for years and still feel stuck, I get it, I've been there. But it's never too late to shift your mindset. Here's what helped me and might help you too. Well, number 1 is learn from real, emotional, and messy content. And number 2 is understand words deeply, not just memorize them. And number 3 is start outputting. Even if it's messy at first, you don't have to be perfect to get started. You speak and then you become better. So tell me in the comments, what's your biggest challenge in learning English? Or what's the one thing that helped you most? Let's grow together. Well, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.